Yeah, hey guys, excuse me, does anyone have a smoke and a beer and maybe like a bologna sandwich I could borrow? Because that's usually what I consume and the kind of scoregasm I enjoyed Sunday night. What a friggin' game! Oh, the Bronco beatdown, the Denver donkey dick punch, the Mile High GFY. Wasn't that beautiful? Welcome back to Pat Show, people. Today, we bask in the Bronco beatdown. We'll preview Patriots y Raiders from Stadio Azteca from the safety of the United States. Plus, take your questions and so much more. So without further ado or other fake French words, I now proudly give you Pat Show. Hit that song, you hot. 1, 2, 3, 28. Wow! Let's go! Pat Show! Let's go! Pat Show! Let's talk about Brady and Edelman! Talk about Gronk and the Sunday Day! Talk about Atlanta and the Lonely! Let's talk about Belichick and his team! Let's go! Pat Show! Let's go! Pat Show! Let's go! Pat Show! Let's go! Pat Show! Well, all right, let's do it! Let's go, Pat Show indeed! How the hell are we doing?
You got us.
There's nothing like getting stepped on by your own air horn. That's just one of the great things in this lifetime. Foxborough Fanimals, Gridiron Geeks, Pat's pals the world over. How we doing? Nick Stevens, your old pal Fitzy here, alongside the minister of Pat's propaganda, the one and only Mike Dussault. And this is Pat Show. Yeah. We are 31 flavors of pumped and jacked. I am the 9 moods of Belichick and that much more. Coming off the bye week. Of course, we enjoyed a little bye week to reset, rest, refresh ourselves, all the necessary R words. And coming off a huge win like that, oh, that was just, absolutely. I don't know if doctors order anything else for anyone anymore these days, but if there was one, then Dr. Football gave us exactly what we needed on Sunday night. Mike?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I mean, anytime you get a win in Denver, it's been a house of horrors for Tom Brady a little bit. Yeah, they always just seem to have weird games there, strange struggles, weird turnovers, but finally it just seemed to happen where everything kind of went their way, and it all started, you know, with the muffed punt, which I called the reverse Chris Harper muff. You know, so we got our own muff. Right. And if you get them off there, you usually
finally. What I've been looking for our whole lives, our own muff. Well, you remember a couple years. All right, we'll get into it all moments from now. And yes, I would completely agree that if there is if Gillette Stadium is the real world, the upside down is Invesco Field at Mile High. And finally, we were actually able to go there, burn the worms, kill the Demodogs, and walk home with the win. So let's actually break the game down for you guys right now in our Jack's Abbey post-shift post-game. Jack's Abbey post-shift post-game. Jack's Abbey post-shift post-game. Jack's Abbey post-shift. That's a wicked good Pilsner, kid. I enjoyed a little breakfast Pilsner there myself. Listen, it's not judgment o'clock in here. You want to drink your breakfast, go right ahead. It's the power. It does body good. This game was great. Right from the get-go, the Patriots, who I think a lot of us should have been excited about because they're coming off the bye and they look good going into the bye. I was a little concerned, like some may have been, because you're down Marcus Cannon, a.k.a. my porn name, as you're making way into a game with Von Miller. So that means we could be in some trouble because you got LaAdrian covering Von Miller, the best sack artist in the NFL. You don't have Chris Hogan, and they're already down to Edelman for the season. And also, another game without Malcolm Brown, and you know the Broncos are going to have to run the ball to try to set up the pass with Suck Fosweiler. And the Patriots really were, you want to talk about just prepped in all 3 phases of the game. The Pats looked great on special teams. The Pats were awesome on offense. The complete versatility of the multilateral offensive Death Star was operational in full effect. And on top of it all, Denver, wow, and the Oscar for shittiest special teams performance of the year goes to the Denver Broncos. My God, they were so bad. The reverse Harper's muff, getting justice for Harper's muff. That was, of course, the punt from a couple years ago that Chris Harper, when they had absolutely nobody left to catch punts, drops the punt against Osweiler in Denver a couple years ago. And then that turned that game around.
Turned the whole season around. That was the whole season.
They were 10-0
Yeah.
until Harper's Muff. Like
Yeah.
Jerry Thornton says, some of the bravest men never made it back from Harper's Muff. We lost a lot of good men that day at Harper's Muff. And then now finally Denver muffs the punt. Patriots make the special teams plays.
First
you add
touchdown.
all that together with a little bit of Brock Osweiler and some solid overall play with 3 tight ends, 3 running backs, 3 receivers. And it was just 3 straight hours of pure Patriots porn on Sunday, and I loved it.
Yeah, you're really grasping at straws if you're trying to find something to complain about. I know probably Malcolm Butler and Emmanuel Sanders is probably like, what Felger and Maz are going to complain about all day.
Talk radio lives.
That's like
Talk
the one
radio,
thing.
well, yeah.
Yeah, but
They're trying to come out of Felger's nosedive from last week.
But just a total team performance. The special teams coming through, setting the game up. They got off to that early lead, and they were able to kind of play with the lead that whole time. And
Right.
As you said, your boy Rex Burkhead, who will break down and play later in the breakdown zone, showed kind of what he was capable of. They didn't even need to dress Gillislee. So I think everything just kind of came together. And the defense, they didn't really have to be outstanding. They didn't have any sacks or anything.
Right.
But they just did what they needed to do.
Cassius
Stops
Marsh
in the red
I
zone.
didn't even know he
Cassius
wasn't going to
Marsh.
play.
Yeah. So
What did he do? Did he have a bad
I
tat?
think it's a shoulder. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Hardcore.
Did he get a bad forehead tat or something?
Yeah, hardcore Shea McClellan. I got hurt, I guess.
That's exactly what he is.
He's hardcore
He
Shea
is
McClellan. That's
completely
exactly what it is.
skater punk Shea McClellan.
That's why I think like they were like they tried to put Cassius Marsh back in like the unhardcoreinator, and they couldn't make Shea. So like Shea McClellan's done for the season. They can't exist at the same time. So, but everything kind of came together, and it's bend don't break. Bend don't break.
Bend don't break.
Field goals, and it was good. It was good.
Yeah, all right, there'll be a couple things that we'll point out when we get to the best of Tweety in a few minutes about like different elements of the game the Patriots could have done better. But like you said, like, geez, if you're gonna piss and moan, or if you're gonna nitpick over a game like this, yeah,
the Broncos suck.
Yeah, the Broncos suck. Oh, Gronk can't. How come Gronk can't come up with that ball? The Patriots, the red zone efficiency is down. Yeah. Emmanuel Sanders makes his lunch and then eats it in front of Malcolm Butler and then lets him know what time he's going to finish. Please. All right, fine. Malcolm Butler has trouble against like 2 guys in the NFL, and one of them is Emmanuel Sanders.
Right.
And Manny Sanders, who should have been a Patriot years ago if Belichick didn't lowball him with that $2.5 million qualifier coming out of Pittsburgh, seems to save his best games for the Patriots. Okay, that's fine. But if 6 or 7 passes to Emmanuel Sanders in a non-AFC championship are the worst thing we have to worry about coming out of the Broncos offense, because Osweiler is not going to beat you on his own.
Right.
I mean, it took the Harper's Muff, it took three refs that were on the take, a snowy Sunday night, and still 10 other things to go wrong. Scott Chandler and JoJo LaFell.
Why are we reliving this?
Because I'm still not over it. Because I'm a Pats fan. I still live in the past. I'm supposed to have 2 feet in the future, even though I've got 3 in the past. Damn it.
Yeah.
All right, fine. All right. See, I know some people. That's actually my alarm clock just going off. That's not even the disembodied voice of Pat Show. I said it every day for a daily affirmation. 11:25.
Every 10 minutes. Every 10
Life
minutes,
is good.
it
Move
goes
on,
off.
dummy. Yeah, why that? See, why do I fall into the Harper's hole? That's what happens. The upside down, it's always with you. I'm still spitting little baby demigorgons into the sink.
It's all good
even
right
though
now.
I'm
It's
supposed
all
to be
good.
happy and healthy.
We've
All
won
right.
2 straight in Denver. We're 7-2. Things are, it's good. It's good. We're good.
Yeah,
We're okay.
I know the Broncos, and we don't have any of their post-game media misery to share with you today, but watching like an interview with Derek Wolfe,
just
who
ripped his
once
heart
talked
out.
about wanting to like eat Brady's
I know,
babies.
I know, that's mean.
Yeah, right?
Far.
Like watching him do the interview and say like, we used to be a championship team and now people
one
come in and kick
respects
our
us,
ass and
yeah.
no one respects us.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, that was so great. That was just all more whipped cream and more. Oh, hey, Chili Willy, you want some more pancakes? Want some more syrup? So good. But why don't we actually share the best of Patriots Tweedia, the mixed media, the tweets, the Instagram image, everything that we enjoyed from the reporters we follow, the guys on the beat, and of course you, the Pats Fanimals. This right here is the best of Patriots Tweedia. Nice. Yeah. Laugh it up, fuzzballs. All right. We start off this week. We would be remiss, of course, if we didn't. I know we have to move on, but we always still live pleasantly in the past.
They always pop up.
It has to. I mean, you did it, Mike. You started this movement. How about?
I think the Falcons started it. I just put a spotlight on it. I hung a lantern on it.
We have to do This Week in 328. It's impossible not to.
I had to do that too.
The broken air horn. It haunts me. It trolls me. It basically is like the score for the Falcons.
Well, Walmart is trolling the Falcons.
Well, this has to be a Walmart, though, in like New Orleans or something, or Carolina.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be an NFC South Walmart.
Oh, sure.
The fact that the Falcons coolers were $3.28 is just, it's too good. And by the way, it's also not lost on me that today, 283 days ago, the Patriots overcame the greatest deficit in Super Bowl history and won a Super Bowl. So how about that? Like, I don't bring anything original. Actually, I stole that off someone on Twitter. All right. Full attribution if I could remember his name, but I can't. Right from the get-go, in Al Michaels' opening comments, probably no truer words spoken, and there has been lavish praise heaped on Brady pretty much every day of this year and for the last 15. But people are saying Brady's playing his best football of his life right now, and I guess I'm not one to disagree.
Yeah, without Edelman, Julian, I forgot about
Edelman, yeah.
But it's the running
Bren
backs.
don't bake.
Yeah, I know, right? It's the running backs. I mean, the balance of the offense that we're seeing is, and we've been waiting for it to happen. And this was kind of, each week it kind of gets a little better. And with Burkhead being fully healthy now, we saw it. And I mean, it just takes so much pressure off of Brady because defenses can't just be like, get after him, go get Brady and get him off the spot. You got a whole new set of problems to deal with, especially if you have linebackers who can't cover those running backs. And so that's just, it's making such a difference. He didn't even get sacked. It's like that is so huge, and it's just going to extend his playing time this season and into the future.
You've got Derek Wolfe, Von Miller, and Shane Ray, who are all kinds of pissed off because Denver's not playing well, and Tom Brady is Tom Brady on the other side. And it's just a full-blown rivalry, and Denver was basically playing for their season.
Yeah.
And for Brady not to get touched the entire night, for them to scheme around that, for them to use all the different plays and the creativity with the backs, and that's what's going to prolong his career. We can talk about pliability all we want. We can talk about quinoa tacos and avocado enemas and whatever else Brady does, but it's just a whole scheme. I don't need to know.
Read the book.
And I have read the damn book. All right. Page 283 is really revealing. Whatever it is that works for Brady, that's all fine. But being able to having this full arsenal of Swiss Army offensive players, that's what's going to keep him just as young as keeping him off the ground and his crazy training regimen. And no, at no point during this week's show are we going to entertain any of that bullshitty sort of just like, is there a rift between Belichick and Brady? Is that why Garoppolo was traded? No, it wasn't. He wasn't going to re-sign with the Pats because he's too good to be sitting on the bench, and so they flipped him and got something for him. End of story. Go back and watch the Garoppolo episode. You'll figure it out. Moving on. Ryan Spagnoli. Spags. Anyone named after a store that shut down that we all used to go to.
Oh, it's a good one, man.
Rex Burkhead is the definition of a New England Patriot. Undervalued elsewhere, cheap money, does it all. Yes.
Yes.
Give me Burkhead till I'm Burke dead. the sweetest Burkhead of all. I freaking love this guy. I told you, this was my preseason crush. On Sunday night, runs for a couple first downs, catches a touchdown, and blocks a friggin' punt.
Yeah, that does it all. I mean, that's everything you could ask. And I mean, you've been waiting longer than anybody. I mean, you've been just so excited for this, and you could see probably the rib injury. It had some impact on him. He wasn't quite, but you give him the bye week, and all of a sudden you see how he can contribute so many different ways.
Those ribs must have been aching something wicked after the New Orleans game.
Yeah.
And hey, that win over New Orleans doesn't look too shabby now, does it? And I feel almost even a little better about losing to Carolina. I don't.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. No.
What?
No. Oh, fuck that game.
The show just took a right turn.
That really sucked. They should have won that game. But yeah, moving on. Mike Lombardi, yes.
Raining on our parade.
No, but no, this is but that's a legitimate. I mean, I know
it's stats.
A 25-point win in someone else's house, and we should be worried about another kind of 25. It's true. The Patriots are having a little trouble converting in the red zone. 6 for 25. All right. I mean, it should have just be like sad exclamation point. I mean, it's 2017, but.
Yeah. And I think it's even outside the red zone too. It's almost like I gotta do an article or something about like the 40 in, because they knock on the door and then they've kind of stalled in that area. So hopefully Ben.
Is it a lack of creativity, or is it that they know where they're going?
I think as we'll see in breakdown zone, I mean they're putting 3 guys on Gronkowski, who's your red zone weapon, and then they're making them go elsewhere. But I think they're starting to find elsewhere to go, and that should solve the problem. I mean, I don't think if that's what your biggest worry is about your football team, that your red zone offense.
And everyone's biggest concern should be the fact that the Patriots, in Week 10, their 9th game of the year, played their best football and they're still not fully healthy.
So novel.
Or as healthy as they can be given the IR situation.
Right. When does that happen except every single year?
Yeah, right, exactly. I know. Like, that's, oh, man, it's November.
You mean September wasn't what they're going to be like? Yeah.
It's like Jerry Thornton said. I'm 100% on board with Jerry Thornton, who said next year I'm going to have my doctor put me in a medically induced coma in September and only wake me up when the Patriots defense figures itself out. Because that way we'll just spare ourselves millions of unnecessary tweets and cigarettes and beers and everything else we consume until they figure themselves out. Because guess what? They're going to do it every freaking year. It's like winter. Winter is coming, pumpkin spice sucks, and the Patriots defense will figure itself out. Next, Matt Perot, great talk show host, pal of the show. Collinsworth just won't stop talking, huh? Jeez. Now, we just needed to put in something because, my God, Sunday night, A, he never stopped talking. And B, it was the most anti-Patriots I feel like I'd heard him in a long time.
I watch it I really mute it. I honest to God, I do not watch I mean, it's like just low so I can hear kind of the oohs and ahs, but I don't listen to those guys. I mean, I can see what's happening.
I love Al Michaels, though. Al's like everyone's really cool uncle that poured you, that gave you scotch when you were 15, and he gambles. He's got great taste. You believe in miracles. It's Al Michaels, but I'm out on Collinsworth. Yeah. I want Michaels and Romo. That's what I want the rest of the way.
You're gonna get it this way.
Or Joe Buck? Who would you say?
Joe Buck.
But between the two,
yeah.
Neither. Neither. I'd say Joe Buck before, just because of the lineage to his dad. Yeah. No. And we'll see you tomorrow. Hey, quick question in the middle of the tweet. And guys, please, at any time during the show, if you're watching Facebook Live, hit us up in the comments section, and we'll try to get to all your questions. Or you can also tweet us at any point during the show, or especially after, at Pat's Propaganda, at FitzyGFY. Friend of show, Randy Coble says, hey, guys, any idea what the official story is on Martellus Bennett? Why did he leave / get kicked out / how did this all come to be?
Yeah.
And the 10-second version you can understand
10-second
is?
version, yeah, was that he told everybody he wasn't going to, don't pick me up, I'm going to retire. And the Patriots picked him up anyway. And Belichick kind of said, why don't you come play for us? And he thought about it and he got mad and he said, all right.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it does sound like, you told everybody not to pick you up and then the best team in the league just happens to pick you up. So, I mean, I don't think the Patriots did anything wrong, but, the NFL is always looking for a little excuse to tweak the Patriots.
All I'll say is this. Dirty poker will not get you invited back to your friend's house to win the pot again on a Friday night, and counting cards is specifically frowned upon in casinos. It's not technically illegal, but it's also not cool. At the same time, you know what? Aaron Rodgers got hurt. Brett Hundley sucks it from Haverhill to Hanoi. He's not good. From Glasgow to Green Bay, he eats dick. He's not a good quarterback. He holds onto the ball too long. Martellus Bennett pretty much figured out. My shoulder's busted up. I'm going nowhere fast. You know what? I'd rather get surgery and call it a season, save myself for next year.
Yeah.
Or just pull the Cleveland Browns, or Jamie Collins, whatever.
Right.
And then
I'll suck it up for Tom Brady.
I'll suck it up for Brady. Green Bay gets mad. He gets cut from the team. The Patriots pick him up. Can you play through it for Tom Brady and a chance to go back to the playoffs? Boy, howdy. End of discussion. That's it. And you know what? I'd be mad if I were Packers fans, and it wouldn't be a season. Today wouldn't be a day that ends in AY if people weren't pissed at the Patriots. So thanks for the question. Kevin Duffy, great follow. Denver hitting the cycle on special teams.
Yeah. So, I mean.
What didn't they do? Fumble the punt.
Yeah. Blocked a.
Thank you.
Blocked the punt. Or they recovered a muff. They blocked a punt. Gostkowski was perfect, which is always a nice thing, especially in Denver where 2015 AFC. We won't go back into that. Sorry.
Hey,
Nick will go out.
I know. Damn it. That's why, and that's what makes winning in Denver feel so good.
Yeah.
Watching Denver
happens.
choke on their own junk while the Patriots play their best football is what makes Sunday night so extremely, extremely satisfying. Speaking of which, another question. Scotty B asks, hey guys, does it feel more satisfying beating the Broncos in Mile High over, say, a win versus the Chargers? And who would you give the game ball to from Sunday night? Yes, it especially feels more satisfying, like we just said.
Absolutely.
Beating Denver out there because of the previous failures, because of the big game chokes out there, and because they're the Broncos and they think they're so awesome. And anytime I know that I can watch my team make John Elway sit in his own wet diaper for the night, I love it. I love just thinking how much he's grinding those 4-foot piano teeth of his. I freaking love it. Absolutely a joy. Next. So Jeff Howe, friend of the
Yeah,
show.
that sums it up for you.
How'd you feel about that? Were you shocked that Gillislee was a healthy scratch?
Not shocked. I mean, a little bit surprised, but I mean, I just instantly thought, well, I guess they're just going to really roll Burkhead and Lewis, and you know, I mean, it's like how much do you need him for short yardage situation? Usually, the Broncos are pretty good on that short yardage stuff anyway. So, I mean, Burkhead and Lewis give you two options. You can run with it, and Burkhead runs hard as fuck. You know,
He does.
I mean, he hits that line like boom. You know,
He doesn't run. He throws.
Yeah,
himself.
I know. It's like whoa, slow down,
love
Rex. Like, it's too fast, but.
Right. Rex Burkhead runs in his mid-20s as a professional, well-compensated professional football player, the same way like my 4-year-old just runs. Like no, like we can't. I mean, I know you're made of like special bendy child parts and like elastic and whatever and like silly putty, but like grown-ups hurt and they break. And Rex Burkhead runs with that same kind of abandon. I feel like I need to like foam tape everything down like I do with the house. Like, no, stop. Like, I want to be like a helicopter parent following Rex Burkhead around the field. Like, stop, you're going to get hurt. But he spins, he leaps forward. And yeah, what happened Sunday night with the Patriots? James White, touchdown catch. Great block, except he whiffed on that one.
Yeah, he did
block.
whiff.
That's
yeah,
right.
he whiffed on that.
Okay, again.
All right. But you know.
I know. All the first world problems.
Picking nits.
Dion Lewis, 103 yards running back.
Huge.
So many little tiny footsteps up that sideline.
Yeah.
Runs for another touchdown. Gives that great gift flipping the football at the camera.
Just keeps getting better each week, Lewis. As I tweeted, I say a prayer every time he touches the ball. Like,
Right.
please be okay, ACLs. Like, please,
Right.
you know, because you're just waiting for that moment where, oh shit, there, you know.
And even without Hogan coming back, and we'll talk about him real quick later on in our preview of the Raiders game, I think the fact that the Patriots present to you only 3 healthy wide receivers, who are all roughly the same size, but they kind of all run the same routes and get that job done. Different routes are now being covered by the fact that they have 3 big, bad, healthy tight ends. Twain Allen caught a touchdown. What a time to be alive. It was over Von Miller. Oh, clean up and aisle me. And then Martellus coming back. He was so wide open on that first catch.
Yeah.
I literally thought he was an extra guy that wandered onto the field and Brady just threw it to him like he was the 12th man on the field.
Yeah.
Or like they ran a play where 10 Pats bunched up here and someone forgot about Martellus and he was just over there like, who the hell is so wide open? Martellus, Marty Saurus.
Hopefully they can manage Bart Bennett a little bit, get him a little bit healthier, you know, and because I mean they don't need to really throw him into the flames right now, especially if Bennett starts, or if Dwayne Allen starts playing a little bit better, you know, they can kind of ease him in, and then all of a sudden, hey, I'm feeling good for January.
Right.
Perfect.
You know, maybe they'll have to ease up on his bullpen sessions. He's not a starting pitcher. He just has to go. Let Dwayne Allen block. Martellus will catch.
It's effective inside the red zone. I mean, you know, if that's where
Right.
you're struggling, throw him out there for 5 red zone plays a game. Who gives it, you know?
Big time. Big time. And finally, oh, that's right. This is the video portion of Tweetia. Those were the tweets. Here come our favorite videos. What would be a game? A Patriots game isn't a Patriots game without Brady doing the end zone trot. This was his first one, being accompanied by a new backup, one of his besties, former Patriot, once again, a Foxborough footballer, Brian Hoyer. And I love the fact that Brady is so cocksure in Denver, and it gets such support that he actually does the Brady pregame fist bump trot in Denver. And listen to the love he got, too.
Here we go.
Let's go, Brady! Let's go!
If you're a Denver fan, how furious you're right now. You're just like, F you, Brady.
I mean, I thought it's a little.
Let's go!
Hoyer feels that love for the first time.
Yeah.
Hoyer's clap is like especially big. He's going to be like, oh, awesome.
I was just excited to see Hoyer in his new uniform, number
Get to
2.
win
I was
again.
like, Hoyer's back.
Oh, this
I
is
thought it was a
San
muted.
Francisco.
I thought it was a muted Brady kind of.
Right.
I don't know. Usually he's fired. I don't know.
Well,
I
the
thought
fist
he
bump
kinda
comes
gets
at
a little
home,
bit- Yeah.
but the end zone trot, just like he's strutting his stuff. That's like
Here I am.
that's like a
I am.
like you know what he's doing? He's marking his territory.
Yeah.
That's like a dog just like peeing all along the entire sideline, just letting Denver know like, no, this is my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah,
This
I
is
think-
my sofa. This is my house.
Manny could yell that loud.
Wow! Oh! Sick burn alert from the disembodied voice. Next we have, this is my new favorite sign-off. This was the end of Brady's interview, post-game, post-victory with Michelle Tafoya. And when we present this to you, all I can say is, world, how can you hate on a man who's this kind-hearted?
Glad to say hi to my mom at home and my beautiful wife, and I love my kids and everyone, and I love you all. Bye.
That's it. That's my new sign-off from everyone. And every phone
love you all, bye.
conversation, every show, every phone conversation is going to be, even if I'm talking to you before the show, is like, and can I just say hi to my mom and my beautiful wife and my kids, and I love them all, and I love you all. Bye. That's it. That's all you need. That is all you need is Brady love. And finally, remind me or tell me if you ever hear Chris Collinsworth say something nice about me in this life, please let me know, because I'm going to look for the bus that's going to run me over or the piano that's going to hit me on the head. Talk about the kiss of death. Watch this.
But it was Osweiler who talked about Hugh Jackson in Cleveland. So I have nothing bad to say about him. My fundamentals needed work, and Hugh Jackson did great work. And I'll tell you, he looks better. He looks sharp out here. That's
That's when we're supposed to have the air horn. It's just as funny every friggin' time. When you get, first of all, if somebody like you go to Cleveland to work on your fundamentals, those are good fundamentals in Cleveland thrown to the other team, first of all. That's considered a great play if you're a Brown. Not having the ball returned all the way, number one. Number two, I mean, literally on cue. Collinsworth couldn't have finished the script and it lands in Chung's hands. Friggin' perfect.
Perfect.
Loved it. All right, and then as we make our way to our next segment, I would just like to take a quick moment to remind you guys that Pat's Show is brought to you by our friends at Rockin' and Roastin' Coffee. Yeah, the official coffee, Joey Kramer and all of our friends from, I don't know if it's Aerosmith's official coffee. I don't know, that's fine.
Might as well be.
They don't care, might as well be. It's the official coffee of anyone who's awesome in this life. Visit rockinandroastin.com and use promo code PATSHOW, PATSHOW, for free shipping and 15% off your first order. Save yourself a Hogan on some good coffee. Rockinandroastin.com, promo code PATSHOW.
Yeah.
All right. And now let's take a quick look at one of the key plays from Sunday's game.
Yes.
And Propaganda's very special, altogether awesome.
Electro Breakdown Zone. You guys can never remember the name.
I know, damn it. I always
But-
want to say like, yeah,
Electro Breakdown Zone.
the Electro Breakdown Zone. Here we go.
Which it's not.
Let's go over.
It's not magnets. It's not magnets.
Uh,
That's what the confusing part. Whoa! You just pulled your tip right off. Okay.
Wow, could you please never say again, wow, you just pulled your tip off?
We're high tech. All right. So we're gonna look at the Rex Burkhead 14-yard touchdown. Now this is an interesting play because you know it's a number of things happening here, and obviously
Okay.
it's coming right after Burkhead had in fact blocked the
Right.
or sorry they had just recovered the muff punt. So if early in the
That's
game, game-changing kind of thing. And so we just want to take a quick look here just to show kind of what the Pats are doing a little bit with their offense. We have Burkhead, who's lined up out wide, but over here, and unfortunately, this is going to be Black James Devlin today because we ran out of.
Oh man, don't mess
We
with
ran out of. We ran out of white.
Tell you one
we
thing
ran
you
out of
don't
white
want to see
guys.
walking down an alley late on Saturday night.
But
This is going to be Black James.
Marvel superhero.
all right, there you go.
That's right.
He's unbreakable.
They're the people who brought you Luke Cage.
Exactly. So it's a power, it's a power package. You got a fullback and a Burkhead, so you have Denver might be expecting they're going to run at power,
Right.
I formation.
Well,
that kind
any
of thing.
team has to be thinking if the Patriots are in the red zone, first look's got to be the 6'7", 270-pound,
right. And that's
all-rock Polish touchdown.
And that's
machine.
exactly that. So all three of these guys, we got three guys right here. All of them go with Gronkowski. So that's what opens everything
Okay, so
up.
he pulls.
1, 2, 3.
safeties
All these
and a
guys. This is
linebacker.
Gronkowski going up the field.
Yep.
All three of these guys go with him, and that's why you were talking about the Patriots having trouble in the red zone. You got three guys on Rob Gronkowski,
Right.
so somebody else has to get open. Who is it? These guys over here. You got Cooks, and I believe it was Dorsett. They're going to run out, so you're basically clearing the middle of the field for this guy, Rex Burkhead, who just runs underneath, loses his linebacker in coverage. Brady dumps it off to him, and he does the rest. He gets right in the end zone.
And it's going to start to get annoying on the level of, hey, I don't know if you heard, but Chris Hogan was a lacrosse player. But Rex Burkhead, when Edelman got hurt, one of the first places people looked was possibly Burkhead helping fill in some of those gaps and cracks and catches because he was a slot receiver as well in college. So the fact that Burkhead can be that effective on special teams, that he's as hard charger of a running back as he is, and the fact that he can receive, that he can play wide receiver, it's awesome. This safety this linebacker had no chance on him whatsoever.
Well, let's see it. We'll just see it unfold. So it
Right.
should go perfectly as it usually does.
Right.
Now.
man.
All right, on this one, Burkhead just doesn't get off the line of
But he
scrimmage.
was.
But
And then, F you.
whatever.
Got it?
Electro
Done.
breakdown zone,
There you
right?
go. There's the electro breakdown. But why I think it's important to highlight that play. Yeah, it's mostly we did it for the air horn. But most people think we do it for the nookie. It's actually for the air horn. The reason why that play is important to highlight, though, is because while like the de facto red zone play is look for Gronk, and Edelman on like some of his hooks and underneaths used to be a red zone look for Brady. Obviously, everyone's going to double Gronk up. Every red zone coverage or defensive package plan starts with doubling. Which sounds like an Irish special. Oh, you'd be doubling Gronk. Sorry. God, just don't say it. It comes to my mind, but just don't say it. I know, right? The plays like that, where they can isolate their guys to make the plays that they can, like that's the important stuff going forward. And now, of course, seeing Martellus come back out in the field. Now, people, just one tiny cheer, please. Just one tiny cheer. And then, of course, not only Martellus catching some balls, but then also watching Dwayne Allen finally catch a touchdown pass. He did drop one, too.
Yeah.
And he was open on that play.
Yeah.
So,
well, baby steps.
imagine if the Pats actually put up a 50 burger out there. The 40 burger was nice.
Just take what you get and don't get upset.
God, why are we the worst? You know what? I'd hate us too. You know what? We deserve to take the Martellus. We are the worst fans of football. My daily affirmation is I root for a team that has the most hated head coach, the most despised quarterback, and the most reviled fan base. That's why it's awesome to be a Pats fan, right? Come on. Quick hot takedown this week. Just want everyone, like, now, as soon as the Patriots won Sunday night, everybody started banging on the, okay, AFC Championship, here we come. It's in the Patriots' house. Start booking your travel plans for Minneapolis. All right, hold on. 7-2, off the bye, maybe getting healthier. Best game they'd played, roundest Patriots effort of the season. Sure, but ha. Like Mike just said, can we just enjoy this one for what it is? Can we be excited about the fact that we feel better about them now going into Stadio Azteca against the Raiders than we maybe would have 6 weeks ago? Can we just like not wish the entire season away and start making late January, early February plans? Because like this is fun again. This is fun. Like it was so fun to imagine my living room as my supervillain volcano lair Sunday night and just be like, yes. I felt like the Emperor sitting in a chair. Like I watched the Patriots come back to soul-crushing, team-defeating form. And it's awesome. Don't wish this season away. It's getting really fun.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there's a long way to go. Bunch of road games. There's a lot still to happen. And you got to stay healthy because,
Right.
There's many football games we played and chances to get injured, but I don't.
Right, you can be like, oh, well, the Jets are coming to Foxborough. There's a win. Miami's a medical waste fire. They can't stop anyone. Carolina lit them up like a Christmas tree last night. There's a couple wins. Buffalo sucks. I mean, Buffalo actually might. Buffalo might actually kind of suck. I mean, the Bills ran for 6 straight touchdowns. The Saints ran for 6 straight touchdowns on them on Sunday. That was awesome. Good job, New Orleans. Iron sharpens iron. All right. And finally, let's give you guys a quick preview of this upcoming Sunday's game, Patriots versus Raiders. A game I think a lot of us thought, may still be close. Who knows? Any given Sunday, right? But I think a couple weeks ago, we probably would have been more concerned. Obviously, Oakland should have a full compartment of weapons themselves. They got great twin receivers. They got a nice supporting cast. A couple of shifty backs in Richard and Washington that can catch the ball and move around. Their own dollar dreams, dollar store imitation forms of James White and Dion Lewis. Marshawn Lynch has actually run the ball pretty well. But if the Pats are going to be able to work with the Swiss Army formations like they displayed against Denver, and that's supposed to be the best defense in the NFL that they just took down in their house on Sunday night, tell me why I shouldn't be as confident as I am about this game Sunday, dude.
Yeah, you should be. But, it's in Mexico. The games can be, the turf's weird. Refs calls have been weird there in the past. So, I don't know. It's just good that they're getting away and they're going to get on. I just feel like the Raiders are going to be really up for this game. I just wonder how they're going to deal with the travel and they're a young team. How are they going to deal with playing the Patriots? Because that's a big deal. If it was at the Raiders Stadium, it would definitely scare me a little more. I think the Patriots would be more prepared to play on the road. Mm-hmm. But I think it's going to be interesting. I feel like it's going to go one way or the other, where it's either the Raiders are going to be a total disaster in this one, or they're really going to play them tough.
I think the Raiders will play them tough. I think the Raiders have enough. There's still just enough skill and talent on that side of the ball that they should be like. Their defense is a mess. The Pats should be able to exert their will and do what they want to on offense. In terms of the Raiders being able to put up some points on them, yeah, they should. And Derek Carr's a good quarterback, and they got enough guys that could be able to score some points. Hell of a lot better than Suck Rosweiler and whatever Denver put out there for an offense on Sunday, but. I feel pretty good about this one. I feel okay about this one. Pretty good. I think I'm gonna go with. I'll go with 34-24.
I'm going to go 35-25. Because I think
Why did you just have to prices right? You decided to go up a single dollar on both sides?
I just hate predictions. Just
I know.
So, like,
I
I just want to happen.
You can't spell prediction without dice, which is what you got to roll to make it happen. Am I right?
It's going to undercut your prediction.
I also like the fact, no, you can prices right me anytime. I also like the fact that the Patriots play in Denver, then go out to the Air Force Academy, up the altitude. Looks like the Pats will have a winning altitude this week. Just so they can stay at altitude, because people forget Mexico City's like a mile and a half in the air. In addition to being Grand Theft Auto, the city.
They'll be in shape.
Where I guess anything can happen. It's unbelievable. It should be fun.
Yeah.
And I think we all feel a hell of a lot better about the team than we did before. The bye did them good. They're only going to get healthier. And of course, we root for the greatest living human being of all time, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady, the GOAT. I love it. All right, before we go, had to share this with you guys. This is definitely the ultimate highlight from Sunday's win on the sniff, a mile high in the sky. This is basically Brock Osweiler as a human being and a quarterback in one single play. Thoughts and prayers go out to this guy. Whoever first discovered it and tweeted it, thanks for making everyone's week. This is the new Zapruder film of the NFL. Let's watch it. This is so good.
6 from the 35.
All right, yeah, just throw it away, Brock. You'll be fine. Wow, that's it. We probably could have named that one Every Denver Fan Sunday Night. Oh, that was great. All right, that's Pat Show. Or maybe not. Yeah, preemptive Pat Show. Talk to your production crew if preemptive theme song happens to you. On behalf of my buddy at Pat's Propaganda, patspropaganda.com, Mike Dussault, your old pal Fitzy at FitzyGFY, TownieNews.com. Thank you everyone here, media boss Paul and Aaron and Mike and the dogs and Fitzy Puppet and everyone else, Halloween candy, boobs, whatever makes the world go round. Thank you everybody. Cheers and beers. Thank you Jack Sabby, Rockin' and Roastin' Coffee. Go Pats. Bring it home from Mexico, and we will see you next week. Hit it, guys.
1, 2, 3, 28. Wow. Let's go.